Thank you. I forgot to press record for this, so I'm going to start over. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. My name is Terri Wilson, and I'm your Northern California District Sales Manager. Also with us is Michelle McLaughlin, your Southern California District Sales Manager, and Sharon Vartanian, our Trainer Extraordinaire. We are excited tonight to introduce you to the first in a series of webinars we will be presenting each quarter in 2017. Our goal is to provide you with information about exciting new and old features in Case Catalyst that we feel will be helpful, and also to remind you that we are here for you and always happy to answer your questions about any Stenograph product or services. During the webinar, if you have any questions, please use the question box located to your right, and at the end of the webinar, we will try to answer them. I would like to now introduce you to Sharon Vartanian, who will be doing the presentation. Sharon is a Stenograph certified independent training agent for Case Catalyst. Sharon was a freelance deposition reporter for about 20 years, starting in 1995. She's been a Case Catalyst trainer for the last 10 years, and she is also a part-time instructor in the court reporting program at College of Marin. Her teaching background combined with her experience in the court reporting industry has brought great insight into her style and method of training reporters on CAT software. So without further ado, let's turn this over to Sharon.
Hi, everyone. Let's jump right in and get started. As you know, a court reporter's income is dependent on his or her ability to provide a transcript. Using the latest technology, the amazing developers at Stenograph have developed the best writers and software to make this process as easy, as flexible, and as reliable as possible to enable reporters to produce transcripts efficiently. Reporters know that their transcripts, the work they put into making them, and the ability to produce them on demand is dependent on having reliable backups. Having reliable backup is critical to confidence and peace of mind. For years, backups only occurred if the reporter remembered to use the backup function and make a copy on media that they could use on their current and future systems. Online backup solutions by non-reporting industry companies became available, but few offered cost-effective backup solutions with the level of security that reporters require. In the summer of 2016, Stenograph introduced Cloud Backup for Catalyst when version 17.5 was released. For those of you who may not know, Cloud Backup is a simple set it and forget it solution to ensure that Catalyst reporters will always have a copy of their files safely backed up. Because it was developed by the software engineers who understand the unique needs of the reporter, they ensured that this backup solution would fit a reporter's requirements. First and foremost, Cloud Backup for Catalyst is a true archive. It's not a mirror image of a folder on your hard drive. Some non-reporting industry solutions will constantly back up your files, but they also delete them from the cloud when you delete them from your hard drive, either immediately or after a few weeks. Second, Cloud Backup for Catalyst will not cause issues with your Catalyst files. Issues can occur with other third-party solutions because that other backup software doesn't know how court reporters work. For example, Cloud Backup for Catalyst automatically pauses when you open a real-time translation, and it would never back up a file that's currently open. A third-party program would do this, and that could result in a crash and or losing a file. Many court reporters now use at least 2 computers, sometimes 3 or 4 or more. The Cloud Backup for Catalyst account will enable you to use your one secure account on any system where you have Case Catalyst installed. With many third-party products, you are limited to a single computer per account. So I have 3 computers. All of my Case Catalyst files on all 3 computers are backed up online using Cloud Backup. In addition to not meeting a reporter's needs as well as Cloud Backup for Catalyst, most third-party backup solutions involve additional monthly or annual expense. But Case Catalyst users with Edge, which is the current support contract, get 100 gigabytes of online backup at no additional cost. For those reporters who need more than 100 gigabytes, additional space is available for a fraction of the cost of other providers. So how secure is your data with third-party products? Well, depending on the type of work you're doing and the jurisdiction you're working in, protecting the confidential information in your transcript may be your responsibility. You can't take chances with security, and that's why Cloud Backup for Catalyst meets the standards for HIPAA compliance. I can tell you from firsthand knowledge how Cloud Backup has helped me. I recently purchased a new laptop. For me, getting a new laptop is kind of a double-edged sword. You know, oh good, I got a new toy, but oh, I've got to set it up and transfer all my files over. Cloud Backup made it such a breeze for me to quickly restore all my files onto my new computer. I'm pretty good about regularly backing up my files to 2 external drives, but I didn't have to go through the process of restoring all my files from the external backup drive to my new computer. With Cloud Backup, it was easy. I just went into Case Catalyst, clicked on the Cloud Backup icon, and then clicked Restore, selected my user, and all my files magically showed up on my new computer. And I'm not talking about only my transcripts and my dictionaries that were online backup. I was also able to restore all of my custom settings, how I like things to look, my layouts, my custom keyboard map, etc. All that is taken care of. A more compelling story is something that happened to one of my trainees. This reporter was able to stay on a good money-making job because of Cloud Backup. She had agreed to do a multi-week trial in a big case with daily transcripts. Before the trial, she had done quite a bit of prep work using Case Prep. She had built up a nice case dictionary and was getting really clean real-time output. A few days into the trial, her computer crashes at the job in court. Yeah, we all know that pit in the stomach feeling, but she was able to rush out and get a new computer late that afternoon, downloaded Case Catalyst from Stenograph's website, and restored her user from Cloud Backup, and was back in court the next morning without missing a beat. In my opinion, life is too short to always be stressed out about whether or not your files are protected. Why not have peace of mind knowing that you are doing everything possible to protect your files, especially when it's this easy? It takes just a few minutes to set it up, and then it does it on its own without you having to really think about it. That's my kind of protection. I don't know about you, but that not having to think about it part is right up my alley. With the introduction of version 18, there are 3 important new features being added to Cloud Backup for Case Catalyst. The first is that when Case Catalyst is run on a system with a cellular internet connection, one where you're using a plan that limits how much data you can upload or download before you incur additional cost, Cloud Backup can be set to pause until you're using a non-cellular internet connection. Second, when you restore or delete files stored in the cloud, you may not wish to browse through all of the different file types, the transcript text files, steno notes files, dictionaries, audio, PDFs, etc. You may only want to see 1 or 2 types of files. For example, if you're prepping for a case, you might want to restore the transcript text and dictionary files from a particular case. Cloud Backup for Catalyst now has a filter feature that lets you display just the files you want to see. And third, how do you know whether Cloud Backup is working or paused? How will you know if you're running out of data in your account? In version 17.5 through 17.53, you would open the Cloud Backup status dialog, and you could see a notification that backup was running or paused. In version 18, there is an icon on the Windows taskbar tray, letting you know that Cloud Backup is running or paused, whether it's paused because you chose to pause it, or you're writing real time, or if backup has been paused due to a cellular internet connection, whether Cloud Backup is currently uploading or downloading files from the cloud, and a lot more. You can right-click that icon in the Windows taskbar tray to pause backup on a timed basis or to close it altogether. Or you can even launch Catalyst from that icon. I'm now going to turn it over to Michelle.
Thank you so much, Sharon, and thank you so much for putting on this webinar for us. And we wanted to also thank everyone for attending. As promised, we thought we would take one of the chat questions, and I see one here that I thought would be really helpful for everyone. Sharon, would you mind just explaining how reporters go about setting up their cloud account?
Sure. When you open up Case Catalyst, you will see an icon on your function bar up at the top of the screen. It has a little cloud on it. You will click on that icon, and it will walk you through the simple steps of setting up your account, your login, your password, etc. And then you can select a user or users to be backed up. The account you create is associated with your eKey license, your PKC, your product key code. If you have several computers that you use for Case Catalyst, once you create an account and your login, you can sign into Cloud Backup on each computer with your login. Cloud Backup will track files backed up by each computer to your one Cloud Backup account. And if you have any questions or concerns when you're setting up your cloud account, give tech support a call and they will walk you through it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Sharon. And again, thank you again for putting on the webinar tonight. And we want to thank everyone for taking the time to attend. We hope you found it helpful. As Terri mentioned at the beginning, we will be doing a series of webinars, so watch for the next one coming in a couple of months on an exciting new option that Stenograph is going to introduce soon. If we didn't get to your question this evening, you can expect to receive an answer by email from one of us shortly. And if you think of anything else that we can help you with Cloud Backup or anything else, please don't hesitate to contact myself, Michelle McLaughlin in Southern California, Terri Wilson in Northern California, or our trainer, Sharon Vartanian, and we will be more than happy to help you. Our contact information is here on the screen, and we will hope to hear from you soon. Thanks, everyone. Have a good evening.